What's up, man? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, man. Look, check this out. Everybody on the left were pretty much the black Dems, the religious community, the black religious community is up in an uproar because the National Black Convention took $300,000 from Target for scholarships, senior citizens, and entrepreneurship. And it shouldn't be to no surprise that I guess they feel like they're being sold out. $300,000 isn't much, for them to distribute amongst the other churches and whoever else the money goes to. That's nothing. But what I'm thinking is, if you were a part of this whole black church community stuff as I was, you know that most of these people are just in it for the money. They're only in it for themselves. They're not in it to help the community. They're not in it to better everyone. They only think about themselves. They only think about themselves all the time. Why do you think most black preachers, especially ones with a decent congregation, drive really, really nice cars? And I'm not saying that these people can't dress nice or have nice things. I'm not saying it at all. But some of these preachers that are heads of these congregations, they live a lifestyle way beyond the folks that's sitting out there in those pews every Sunday. He looked down on them. And I don't know if y'all been to my channel before. You even heard me say about an incident where I used to work in a church. It was a black church. It was in Houston, Texas. I used to run audio and sound, and the preacher was a black man who was so sedity and so high and mighty that he act like he couldn't even touch us. When I would go to give him his mic in the mornings before the service started, I had to actually give it to his security guard who stood by his door. Like he was that important. And on top of that, when he did used to run across me, you know how you just speak to somebody, you just try to shake their hand just as a man. He used to kind of look like he didn't want to touch nobody, like he was a germaphobe. So I'm like, bro, you ain't that rich where all of a sudden now you a germaphobe. Cut this shit out. Just stop. But yeah, it's no surprise to me that any of these people that are in these high positions act the way that they do and conduct themselves the way that they do. They took this money because I'm telling you, some of their pockets got filled up. They didn't just get a check to go to the convention for them to spread out amongst the rest of everyone else. I'm telling you, they got some type of guarantees outside of the money. Maybe we're gonna do this and that for you. But keep in mind, I'm one of these people. I was never with the boycott. I didn't care about that boycott. And obviously, Al Sharpton was somebody who didn't care about the boycott. I showed y'all that footage. He took everybody to Costco and didn't buy nothing. He walked in and walked out and told everybody, y'all need to go back in and buy something because everybody was following him outside taking pictures. He told them to go back in and buy some. I guess they also forgot about a lot of the black businesses that were promoted in Target. I think it's a whole ethnic section or whatever you want to call it, black section. That promoted black products. So just because nobody didn't want to go along with that, a lot of these so-called liberal blacks that's on the left, they don't like it. Now they getting stabbed in the back by their own people, and they really don't like it. People like Roland Martin and others. Let's see. Let's look at Roland.
Target made $107 billion last year. We ain't made not 5 billion. We ain't made 5 billion. Y'all took $300,000 from a company that made $107 billion.
If that ain't all you need to know, I don't know what to tell you. They sold you out for pennies, and y'all still going to these churches, Still going up there listening to these people. You know why they gave them this money? Because they know that the majority of black people is gonna sit in there and listen to whatever that preacher tells them. If he tell you how to vote, that's how you Negroes gonna vote. Y'all can't think for yourselves. Y'all gonna let Jamal Bryant tell you how to vote. He gonna sit up there, talk bad about Trump, don't know nothing about the man, don't know nothing about the policies. But he gonna show tell you what he don't like about Trump. He gonna get up there and bloviate and put on this hell of a performance. And Trump is this bad guy. And y'all gonna eat it up. Roland Martin gonna tell you what he don't like about Trump, and y'all gonna eat it up. That's why they go to these people. That's why they go to your so-called leaders, which is an insult to y'all because they never talk to the masses of black people. You know, they always talk to a few people because they presume that they're your leaders, and they presume that you think exactly how they think, and they know, oh, we got if we can buy this person out, we can buy out the whole community. We gonna tell them what to say. We gonna tell them how to vote, and they gonna vote that way. We gonna tell them to come back and shop here, and they gonna go out and tell them to come back and shop here, and they gonna come back and shop here. Y'all should be insulted that they think black people don't have minds of our own. But you know what? Even in the black community, they get mad at people who think for themselves. Black people in our community who think for yourself, you a coon. Let's get that straight. When Roland Martin tell you to vote Democrat, nigga, you vote Democrat. When Jamal Bryant tell you to vote Democrat, nigga, you vote Democrat. You don't ever get out of line. You always fall in line with what the black leadership tell you to do. When Al Sharpton tell you that Donald Trump is a criminal and a crook and he's a bad person and you shouldn't vote for him, that's exactly what you should do. Just forget about all the times that Al Sharpton used to give him awards and used to go to Trump Hotel and meet with him and talk to him, and all these rappers used to be in songs with him. Just forget about all that.
We are demanding Target honor its commitment of $2 billion to black-owned businesses. And y'all took $300,000.
They had to get theirs.
If they gave an award for the worst negotiation ever, this will qualify. You talking to a company that made $107 billion, and you were so excited about $300,000 that your ass sent out a press release?
Here go the press release. I got that for you. This is from Dr. Boyce Kimber. Press statement from NBC USA President Boyce Kimber. The National Baptist Convention USA is committed to ensuring that corporations that do business in our communities give back to help rebuild and stabilize neighborhoods. The partnership with Target Corporation is based on our shared commitment to community empowerment through small business and entrepreneur development, investments in education and student support, and workforce and skill development that unlocks growth across our communities. The NBC USA has been clear about our expectations, and Target senior leaders have responded in a very positive way. We are working on a 3-year plan that will be very beneficial to the African American community. If I thought Target was not sincere in their commitment to the African American community, I would be the first one on the picket line. Our communication with Target has been at the highest level, and we are continuing the dialogue. With the federal government making deep cuts in education, healthcare, and other essential services, we know the Black church will be called upon to stand in the gap. Our outreach programs serving both our congregants and the broader community must be fully resourced to respond to the need. Did you see that statement? Must be fully resourced. But these fools took $300,000. Just like Roland said, it was a commitment of almost $2 billion. Negroes who got some will sell the rest of us out for nothing, just so they can have a little bit more. You got to always understand it. And I'm not hating on the Black church. I'm not hating on people that's in positions like this. I'm just calling it like I see it and what I've seen. You see these pastors over all of these years go to church, go to Black churches, and they tell you how every white person is evil and they're racist and the Black people are so downtrodden and we can't overcome this and we can't overcome that. But they'll sit up in the pulpit fat, they be fat as hell, driving a nice car, living in a nice house, got a beautiful wife and kids, and telling you everything is bad. Is it bad for us or is it bad for you? Because it don't look bad for you. Look bad for just us. Look like you having a good time over there. Y'all gonna learn one day. I am proud to say we will answer the call. Target's generous donation will help us provide scholarships, support senior citizens, and invest in entrepreneurship programs that uplift our people and the future. The church must be a beacon that meets the spiritual and physical needs of our church, of our members. Through partnership with corporations like Target, we are better positioned to fulfill that mission. The NBC USA remains steadfast and is committed to holding corporations accountable to ensure African Americans receive equitable opportunities in contracting, employment, and other vital areas of investment. The National Baptist Convention USA, founded in 1886, is the nation's oldest and largest African American religious convention with over 31,000 churches and 7.5 million members. And what have they done for the Black community? Because y'all just sold everybody out for $300,000. Y'all talking about being a beacon that meets spiritual and physical needs of our members. Y'all gonna do all this with $300,000, provide scholarships, support senior citizens, and invest in entrepreneurship programs. How y'all gonna do all that with $300,000? That y'all serve 7.5 million members. Somebody got to make this stuff make sense because it don't make sense, but yet so many people buy into it and love to buy into it and will continue to buy into it. Black folks. And I guarantee you, by the end of this video, after maybe a couple of days when the views start going up, like they usually do if I talk about Roland, it'll be comments on her calling me all kind of names. I'm a coon. I'll start getting emails. I don't care. Because a lot of y'all can't even think for yourself. Y'all don't do your own thinking. Y'all wait for the preacher and y'all wait for Al Sharpton and Roland Martin and others like these people to tell you what to do.
Man, let me explain. When I was on the board of the National Association of Black Journalists, been on that 3 times, I'm running again. Somebody gave us $10,000. And we had some board members who were just excited. I'm sitting there and I'm hearing the hoopla, but I ain't really paying it on mine. And one of the board members said, "Bro, you heard the good news?" I was like, "What?" They said, "This company gave us $10,000. And I went, "Okay." And they were like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm sorry. Y'all think I'm about to get excited about $10,000? I said, No, I can't do that because it's $10,000. And y'all check this out. I then looked around the room, and then it dawned on me. The folk who were on the board, it probably were maybe two other people other than me that had ever negotiated a six-figure salary. See, if you ain't never negotiated a six-figure salary, $10,000 is a lot of money to you.
It ain't even that. And most people these days know $10,000 ain't shit. It be the fact of the person who think they finna get something out of it, and they think I'm gonna have more than him, so I'll have bragging rights. That's another situation that I'm not even gonna get into that when it comes to black folks. I got more than him, so I'm better than him. See, I can buy the same shirt with the same material, but I spent $900 on it. You spent 50. I'm better than you because see, I can spend $600. See, my shirt got a logo on the sleeve right here. Yours don't. That's why mine cost $650 right there. I ain't even gonna get into that. But the point is, the NBC USA took this money, sold out everybody, and now people like rolling and others are surprised. How y'all surprised? Y'all been waiting on this money ever since George Floyd. This whole George Floyd situation when they was promising all this money to all these black organizations, these black groups, black initiatives, black programs that they were supposed to invest into that they never did. All I'm saying is stop listening to these people. You don't have to do what they come on TV and on their YouTube channels and in their pulpits and tell you what to do. Just because they put on the show don't mean it means anything. Because at the end of the day, it's just a show. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And I'm going to catch y'all next time. Peace.